I just recently watched a debate on YouTube between Nick Fuentes and Styxhexenhammer666. The debate was on religion in the United States. Nick, a Catholic, was arguing on the side of Christianity, while Styx, whom is an occultist and a spiritual pagan, took the side of not so much anti-Christianity, but rather against organized religion as a state platform. I think that would be a fair assessment. Ironically enough, though, Styx was looking an awful lot like a Jesus Christ-like figure with his long hair and this white robe-like shirt that he was wearing, while Nick, on the other hand, reminded me of what a young Ted Cruz might have looked like. And Nick, if you're watching, don't worry, buddy, you got Cruz in the looks department. It's the overall packaging and how you presented yourself that had me thinking about that. They argue over the validity of Christianity and whether or not Jesus was an actual person, if Christianity overlaps with older pagan religions or not, and the moral decline in the United States, if that's due to the loss of Christian faith and the rise of atheism in our country. I'm not here to side with or debunk anyone's argument. You can watch the debate for yourself if you haven't seen it, and make up your own minds on who was right or not. Rather, what I want to do here is kind of add my own thoughts and ideas on the subject. While I personally would align with Styx in the fact that I would consider myself to be a spiritual pagan as well, I can see Nick's point on the lack of faith or belief in something higher leading to a moral crisis in America. I would also have to say that I think Styx doesn't argue against the fact that the nation is in sort of a degenerative state. It's just that his reasoning differs. Styx argues that while many of the politicians in government and the majority of the nation do identify as Christians, we still have managed to decay over time in spite of Christianity, and that this is due to corruption, not a lack of faith. Nick would then argue that it's the people that need to realign themselves with the teaching of Jesus Christ and Christianity. I would agree and disagree with them both. While there certainly is corruption coursing through the veins of our government, I do not believe less nor more religion is the answer. I think the solution is a stronger sense of nation. The nation is its people, and the people are the nation. We need pride in our nation and pride in ourselves. We need to work as a cohesive unit of Americans to have a better, stronger nation, which in turn would make for a better, stronger citizens of the nation. One cannot succeed without the other. You do not need God to reach this goal, nor do you need to remove God from the picture. Religion should be a personal thing, like your love life. Keep it in the bedroom and out of the policies that govern our nation. They also discuss morals, and where do morals come from? Nick says that our morals are handed down to us via God and the Bible and Jesus' teachings, while Styx says that morals are more subjective, that one person's morals might differ than the other's. This is more of a libertarian idea of do what thou shalt do, but do not harm others in the process. I would say there are definitely objective morals that are universal for the most part, considering you are not a sociopath or a psychopath. Thou shalt not murder, thou shalt not steal or cheat, thou shalt not covet your neighbor's wife or property, which these are listed as some of the 10 commandments in the Bible. Again, I think this should coincide with the betterment of the nation. Don't do anything to undermine the nation, aka the people of the nation, for your own personal benefit over those of the nation, aka its people. I'm not saying to blindly obey government, not if the government is corrupt. The system needs to be changed back to a true sense of we the people and a government of the people and for the people. That is the nation I speak of, one the Founding Fathers envisioned as well, which is also discussed in the debate. Styx says the founders were deists, Christians, yes, but not of an organized mindset, and no doubt they were Christians. Jefferson even had his own version of the Bible. He compiled all of Jesus' teachings of a distinctly human dimension without all the miracles or resurrection. But as Nick points out, they do inscribe the Constitution with the endowment of inalienable rights given to us by our Creator. Although this statement is ambiguous, as it doesn't strictly reference the Christian God, it leaves it more open to interpretation by using Creator. Nick still argues Christianity was the founding principle of the founding of this nation, as with the earliest settlers who were Puritans and left Britain in order to practice their religion without persecution from the Church of England. While Styx concedes that the nation is undoubtedly founded on Christian principles, but maintains that the founding fathers were certainly more deist in nature. I would argue here that European Christians and European pagans need to put aside our differences. In this time of assault on Western values here in America and throughout the world, while my problem with Christianity is that it is in fact a Middle Eastern desert religion of Abrahamic origins, once it moves into Europe, it gets a complete makeover and merges with European paganism. This is obvious, although not to Nick, in the sorts of rituals and holidays celebrated by Christians, especially of the Catholic branch of Christianity. While cultural Marxists and the radical left are trying to destroy Western values and traditions, now more than ever do European-styled Christians and pagans need to unite in alliance to defeat this enemy of morality and freedom. European Christianity has undoubtedly adopted pagan symbolism and rituals, and Christianity has become more European through the centuries. The people who became the Christians of Europe, whom eventually came to America, are all rooted to European paganism. We are all of the same historical European lineage. We need to recognize this and join together. Over time, my thoughts and opinions on religion and Christianity have evolved. Where I was once against it altogether, I have learned to come to understand it better and to add Jesus Christ as a religious figure to my pantheon of European pagan gods, from the Greco-Roman gods to the Norse gods, whom I have a personal favorite opinion of. And to be honest, I was helped in this evolution of this idea from the show Vikings.
So have you returned to your faith? Renounced the house?
I wish it was so simple. In the gentle fall of rain from heaven I hear my God, but in the thunder I still hear Thor. That is my agony.
I hope that someday our gods can become friends.
When I first heard Ragnar Lothbrok say these words,
I hope that someday our gods can become friends.
It really hit me. I thought it was such a profound statement. It really made me think about that. I think in these times, our people, whether Christian of a European version or pagan of a European version, would do better to unite than to divide. I'm not saying Christians need to follow Odin or pagans need to accept Jesus Christ, although I do think it would make for a more powerful unification. I just think we should understand that the two religions have a long history of interconnectedness to one another. Our history is tied together by both of these religions. That's my thoughts on this debate between Christianity versus paganism. I think we need to come together and not further divide. I think we have a larger struggle ahead of us, and that's saving American and Western values, saving Christian and European pagan values from the left, cultural Marxism, radical Islam, and other enemies of America and the West. Anyway, let me know what you think. Leave your comments in the box below. Like this video, share it, and subscribe to my channel if you already haven't done so. Anyway, that's all I have for now. I am out of here.